quickly becoming disillusioned with this kit. It's junk. Hey guys, it's Bill, Flatbroke Garage. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome here. I hope you stick around. If you're a regular, thanks for coming back. And if you're a subscriber, you are the best. So I'm going to get back on my Torino, and I want to do some upgrades or updates to it. For those of you that are new to the channel, this is my 1971 Torino GT that I am recreating a car I used to own back about 20 years ago. I had to sell it, so I bought this project somebody gave up on, and I've been slowly recreating the car that I sold. So what I'm doing today is, my original GT Torino came with power disc brakes. This is a four-wheel drum brake car, so we're going to do the upgrade. I went on eBay and bought one of these kind of, not universal, but you know, somebody puts it together out of parts, a package, they send it to you. So it's a Torino Power Brake Master, Master, Booster, Brackets, Proportioning Valve kind of thing. Sit up a bit higher, and they got this goofy bracket thing here. I'll have to show it to you later. Like I said, I got it on eBay. I should have done a little more research, and you know, I get in a rush. These packages are just put together and sold by like distributors. If I looked a little closer, like CJ Pony Parts or just a couple other sites, I would have found it probably about $40 cheaper. This thing was $260, $70 complete. I ended up finding it somewhere else after I bought it for like, you know, $220. But I'm sure they would have made it up in shipping or whatever just to get you to buy it. You never know. But anyways, I'm guessing it's mostly Chinesium stuff. The Master is, let's see, came with a bleeder kit. Nice. Yep, made in China. MBM, made in China. Master cylinder. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's really all there is anymore. Everything else, there's no labels or anything on it. The weird thing about this package is it comes with no instructions, no diagrams, nothing. Now, I kind of understand how it goes together, but I mean, it's a brake setup. Wouldn't you, for liability reasons, want to have some kind of instructions or something? So, whatever. We'll figure it out as we go. Also, if you guys saw in an earlier video, I tried to rebuild the gas tank for this car, which I did, and I put it in the car because a repop gas tank for these cars is anywhere between $500 and $750 for the real correct one that fits in this Torino. And I didn't have the money for that. I thought it was ridiculous. So I fixed the one I had. It came out fairly well, but a buddy of mine on Facebook in a Torino group, he ended up wrecking his Torino. I mean, he had a beautifully restored Torino. Thing was pristine, everything new. And in that car, he had a brand new gas tank that was only a couple months old. So I got me his brand new gas tank for just about what the shipping would be on buying the other ones. So we're gonna put this one in and remove the one I rebuilt. If anybody wants the one that came out of this car, my email is in the description below in this. I mean, it's still a good usable tank. I just had to, I put undercoating on the bottom, and I want the shiny look. So I don't know. It's me. The tank will work. Also want to get some dash, the upper steel part of the dash painted, get that set to install. So let me bring you over here and kind of show you what I got going on. So here's the basic setup. This is the original brake pedal out of the car. And here's the bracketry that goes in here. And then, of course, your booster. They give you some, looks like some kind of a reinforcement plate, I guess. proportioning valve with absolutely no description whatsoever. To me, I don't know, I could be wrong, it almost looks like a GM proportioning valve. And a master cylinder. So what the car had was just the manual brake master bolted on here with, you know, this bracket. What it'll do is it raises the booster and master up. So basically a V8 engine will fit in here, because if you just went straight off the car, it would ram into the valve cover. So Ford came up with this goofy brackety cammy looking thing. The proportioning valve is, like I said, the one that's on here is for drums. I'm debating on keeping it and just put a adjustable proportioning valve in for the back. I don't know. I like factory parts better. I've had so much bad luck with Chinesium. And then we'll just have to remake these two lines to come up and, you know, mount up here somewhere. So we'll make some new lines. And like I said, also, this dash piece up here, the VIN number and all that is, it's steel. Want to get that cleaned up and painted. We might even get the back glass in the car. Basically, I haven't done a whole lot since the last update on the car. It does have that kill mat in here, and then I got this sound deadener somebody gave me that they bought for their car and they never used. So I got this sound deadener in here too. This thing should be really quiet. I did get all the chrome clips put on the car, because these actually have to go on before the glass goes in. I guess you could do it the other way, it just sucks. So I got to get this cleaned up, get all this little buffing compound out, and I might try and glue this window in after I put in the last couple pieces of trim. And that'll be done. I'm going to also try to get over to the wipers, get the wiper motor mounted in. I'm trying to get all this back stuff done before the engine goes in, which, by the way, is starting to get into assembly here soon. So if I can get this wrapped up and tucked up, it'll be so much easier to do it now. I got a clean shirt on today. I think it's going to be clean work. I'll probably get it dirty. But let's start seeing if we can figure out how this all goes back together. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I do have disc brakes coming. I am not going with an aftermarket set. I'm going with a, I think they're off a Ford Maverick, a 75 Ford Maverick, where the spindle should fit on this car. Because once again, I'd rather stick with Ford parts as much as I can, just because it's, you know, suspension, brakes, the important stuff that you don't die. So I'd rather stick with that, and they're easier to get parts for. A lot of this aftermarket stuff, you break down somewhere and, you know, whose caliper is it or whose bearings is it? It's a lot harder to find. I'd rather just stick with 75 Ford Maverick, or I think they're the same as a Granada and a Ford Fairmont. But that's coming up later because I haven't gotten them yet. So let's get this put in and see how easy it goes. So as you can see, the original Master just utilized these two holes, and bolts went through, and I think they actually held the brake pedal on with 2 extra bolts up here. But these 4 bolts also go to the booster. The original Master would have just fit right here like that, but now we're going to be moving up and over. So it's going to be sitting up this high. So I'm going to have to take these lines off. Let me get these off, and we'll try and test fit everything here. Come off. Come on. There we go. Of course, when you really don't care about a brake line, that's when they just come off with no problems whatsoever. That one broke right loose and spinning, and this one, I think that one's 1/2 inch. Let me go grab that. Once again, look at that. They just come right off. I never have that kind of luck when I got to save the line. Although it is bolted right into a brass housing. But even the steel lines have no rust on them. Now when I got this car, it said, and it appeared to be, a 33 or 38,000 mile car. Now this car came out of Wisconsin, and from the lack of rust that was in it, I might tend to believe that. And I'll show you later on the brake pedal, there's no wear at all. Save that. Let's get this one off. I am going to upgrade my steering too. Get rid of this Ford leaky power steering setup. I don't know if I'm going to do that right away or not. You know, I am Flatbroke Garage. Alright, get that off. So now, let's just kind of see. Oh wait, no, I'm wrong. This actually bolts onto the bracket. So, see, those instructions aren't paying off already. So let's see what we got here. This goes like this. So that lines up. And this, then your booster bolts on here. I'm going to have to go find the bolts that hold the pedal and bracket on, and we'll get this mocked up. I don't know. Like I said, they sent me this bracket here. I don't know if this goes, I'm guessing this goes on the inside, like a reinforcement. We got a boot. Some type of bracket that looks like, I'm guessing, I don't know if this goes on the outside or the inside. What do you guys think? Yeah, and that flat arm would probably go through there. I'll have to take a look at the Falcarino because, well, it's got manual brakes, but see if there's brackets on there, or dig through my parts, see if I can find the rest of that. So let's go sniff around a bit. All right, well, I dug around the boxes of parts for the car, and I got one that says brake pedal. So we have the original brake pedal rod, which would be this part here. There's a bushing that goes in there, and then the part that pushes on the master here, and that would be up here. So there you go. So there's our two parts, but like I said, this bracket moves it all up, so that basically is a step is all it is. So we got that, and you have brake light switch. We got the bolts. There's the bushing. I guess it does not go there. Oh, probably a spacer or something. I see, for the switch. And what else is in here? Oh, there's the clip for the pedal. So that's all that. Let's start seeing if we can get it all in there. These are studs with nuts on them, and this is threaded. So I'm guessing what this plate is they sent in this weird gasket thing is to kind of close off the hole. What I'm thinking is this goes like that, and this slides over this to, well, you get the idea. It's kind of seal the air off from going in. like I said, no instructions whatsoever, none. And I looked at the proportioning valve, and I'm guessing this is for a brake light switch, because you got your 4 here, and this is for like if your brake fluid's low or something, that's the warning light for that. It's not even the right switch. And I think this is for a brake light pressure switch. This ain't right. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might just use the other one and put the other proportioning valve on, because I can save this for something else, but not overly impressed with that. All right, so I put the little brake pedal condom thing on here, and like I said, I think this is to cover up this hole here, just kind of keep the wind noise out and heat or whatever. So I think this just slides over here and lines up with those 4 holes, and these tabs, I think they bend over on the bracket just to keep it all from jiggling around. So let's see if that works. All right, well, after some fidgeting around here, I got the pedal condom on and got this bracket on, and I bent, I don't know if you can see, I bent the tabs over. I got these studs in, so we'll have to go over, see if it fits in the car, and I might have to get Mrs. Flatbroke Garage help me to hold the pedal up while I thread these in. But it's kind of a hokey setup, but let's see if it's going to fit. I don't know if you can see in the bottom here. This will cover that radius hole where that master cylinder went through. So that's obviously what this plate and rubber is for. You know, I mean, you figure it out eventually, but some instructions or some visual would have been nice. So, I don't know. I'm not a genius, so I guess if I figured it out, you guys should be able to figure it out. Now, I know I've said this before, probably a bunch of times since I've been working on this car, but if you're new to the channel, let me explain. I got this car as a shell, just a rolling shell, nothing in it, nothing. And everything was bagged and tagged, so I never took this car apart. So just trying to figure out how to put this car back together has been kind of a chore. Now, I do have the factory Ford manuals, and I should have went and got them for this, but I'm like, how hard can it be to put a master on? But I came in here to the dash, and I kind of mocked the dash up in here. It's in here. Let's just put it that way. Because I'm working on getting a steering column in. There's a video somewhere down here I'll put. But the pedal attaches to the dash, and then it attaches up in here. You can see this, and it's got these little bosses on them for reinforcement. So what I'm seeing is that the pedal actually attaches to this bracket. So I guess I'm going to have to pull all of this apart and sandwich the pedal in here, and then hopefully it'll line up there. So take it back apart and see if that'll work. That dash is under a lot of pressure there. So now I'm guessing the bracket gets sandwiches between these two. Let's see. Yeah. The whole thing's got to come off. Yeah, well, trial and error, you know. Trial and error. Yes, I know I should refer back to the books. Let's see. Wow, that's a snug fit. Let me show you. We got it. Got it lined up here to these bosses. So I might try and put a couple bolts in there to hold this, because I'm gonna have to jiggle this around here to get all this bracketry back on. So let's go up in front and try that then. Yeah. I'm gonna need a screwdriver to line that up. Well, it's lined up. I don't think I got one started. No, I didn't get one started. I'll tell you what. I'm kind of stubborn. Ugh. Sometimes it'd be great to have somebody here helping, because you just need an extra pair of hands. Ugh. There, now I think I got it started. No, son of a bitch. Nah, let's... What in the hell? This is frustrating. I see what happened. I knocked the pedal down. I do need help. That looks a little more aligned. See if we can get the screwdriver in there. Oh, shit. Somebody want to come help? This sucks. Alright, let's see if I can get that back in. So much frustration. All right, I gotta go get some help because this ain't working. Well, so I was waiting for Mrs. Flatbroke Garage, or neighbor, to get home to help me hold the brake pedal up and try and fish the bolts through. I thought to myself, I said, you know, those are studs, not bolts. So why not just take the studs and put them into the brake pedal and push it through? That should work. So I took 2 studs and put them in there, because I think 4 studs, I might be wrestling it. So I took 2 studs, I put 2 studs in there to get it in there and lined up. I think 4 studs, I might be wrestling it, but I think that's the smarter way to do it. We'll soon see. Now everything is in the way. What is holding? Help me understand. What the hell? So I'm guessing that this brake pedal has to go in before the dash. I don't know if I can just get one in here and start it. That ain't gonna happen. I might be able to get, oh look, I can get my hand through the backside. So let's try that now. Jeez. Let's see if it's there now. Feel like an octopus or something. Oh, look at. I think I got it started. All right, I got that one started. Try the back. This one. Oh, not a lot of room for a 6'5" fat guy to get in here. There we go. All right, so we got the 2 lower ones started. So now the top ones, I should be able to get from up top because everything is lined up. So I'll get the bolts in up front, get all that lined up, and should be good to go. Man, everything got so dusty. Now all we got to do is get this bracket back there. There we go. Now I'm just gonna, I think I've learned, I'm gonna leave all of these loose until I get everything, the bracket all up in front, lined up and done, and then we'll tighten all this down. But all right, well that's way better. We got the 2 studs sticking out here, and I got the 2 studs on here yet, but I want to kind of clean this up quick and kind of paint some of this so it doesn't keep rusting. So let me just scuff this down. We'll spritz some paint on there. You can see how that goes. Once I get this in, I still got to line this up with the pedal. So that'll be our next battle, I'm guessing. So I just noticed something else now that's different. The 4 studs, 2 of them are longer, 2 of them are shorter. Obviously they did that because of the manual brakes. So on the master side, the studs are longer to obviously go through the master cylinder, the cast iron part, and then the shorter ones, it's just going through the firewall here. So I noticed I put one short and one long on here. I tell you what, man, I don't know. I think it's still going to work all the way. Hopefully they're not too long. I should be able to screw it in further. So, I don't know, we'll see what happens, but let's try and get this in. And up through here. Of course, the brake lines are in the way, but all right, so that's set on there. So now I'm going to go inside and try and get the pin through the brake pedal-y part. All right, so here's our pin, and our rod is right here that comes through that bracket. The struggle's real, guys. Oh, shit. Where'd it go? I just saw it fall, didn't you? Oh, there it is. So, that bushing back in here. Let's put this on the other side. Just put it on here. Either way. There we go. And now where's the other piece? I got a little bushing that goes on here and the clip, and that holds that on. Sweet. Okay, well, that went well, but I forgot to put the brake light switch on. So, well, I'm going to go hook that on. I'll be back. And it should go well. All right, well, take two. So now we got to get this thing on here, which, how's this go? Yeah, like this. Somewhere there's a real Ford guy watching me going, "You're doing it wrong." Here you know, whatever. There we go. Whew. All right. And now this goes over there, and this goes through here. Push it up with my numb thumb here. There. Get these bolts through this plate. There we go. So now we gotta pull this pin off and thread this piece onto the booster, and then put this pin back in, bolt the booster on. Here's the threaded rod. We got the piece that was just on the bracket, which I hope threads on here. And gives us some kind of an adjustment on here. So we'll leave this loose, take these off, and hook that together. I guess now, let me get this stupid thing off here. I have to cut this threaded rod to length. I don't know, the rod is just way too long. You see the rod goes way back to here. So we're gonna have to cut some of this threaded rod off, I guess. I don't know. I just wish they had instructions with this. That would be great. $300 goddamn dollars. You think they'd, I don't know. Whatever. This is my fun. This is my hobby. All right, well, with much fidgeting around, I got the booster on here. And I don't know. I hope it's right. I don't have the booster tight yet because I got this rod. I got this clevis screwed down as tight as it'll go, and it literally is right up against the firewall, and the pin is snug between here. But if I push the brake pedal, it seems to work. So I'm going to snug these down and get the master on. I could be putting this together totally backwards. Like I said, I'm sure there's some real hardcore guys out there. You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. You know, I'm shooting from the hip here. You can see why they put a riser on this, because sure it's close to the shock tower. Will it fit? Jesus. All right. There we go. Holy crap. This ain't gonna work because we're already pushing in on the master. Well, that sure is snug, but I don't know if this pedal's gonna work. I pushed everything together and I don't know if we got any travel left. No time like the present. Be disillusioned. There is no brake pedal. So I guess we're gonna have to take it all back apart, shorten this rod. It's got no travel at all. I don't know. Well, obviously you can see we're having issues with this. Like I said, no directions, no diagram, nothing came with this. I called the company, sold it to me on eBay. Actually, really nice guys. They were pretty helpful. He asked what the problem was. I'm like, look, dude, we put this whole thing together and the brakes are locked up. I said, do I have to cut anything off this threaded rod? He goes, oh yeah, you got to cut an inch off. Well, there's something you should have put in the box, huh? I mean, come on. You know, and then if you cut too much off and shorten it, then it's your fault, then you're eating it. All you got to just put a little piece of paper in there saying, trim rod 1 inch. That's all you got to do. Then I guess the other part is my mistake. Remember how I said the proportioning valve looks like a GM? Well, it is. It's off a Corvette or something with 4-wheel disc brake, Camaro or something. I guess I ordered it, according to my order, that I ordered with 4-wheel disc. That was my fault. So they're actually really cool. They're drop shipping one out, or not drop ship, they're shipping one out tonight. And they told me hold on to this one until I get everything done. So that's pretty cool. So far, their service is pretty good. I'll give you their name. Auto City Classics. They're out of Minnesota. Like I said, guys are pretty helpful. Take it all back apart and trim an inch off the thing. Great. Well, there we are. I actually put it back together, got the inch trimmed off of it, made a difference. It does work better. So in their defense, yeah, it did need an inch trimmed. In my defense, it put a piece of tape here even. Ford Torino application, trim 1 inch. If that's what you're selling it for, put instructions in, something. I mean, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but come on, man. Anyway, well, like I said, good service guy. So they're sending that out. But in the meantime, I'm stuck. I can't run brake lines or anything now because of, you know, I don't have a good proportioning valve. My fault. Once again, admitting my fault. So we might as well jump onto the gas tank, get the gas tank put in, and then we'll see where we're at. If the proportioning valve makes it in time, you know, we'll wrap the video up, or I'll just wrap it up without it and we'll follow it up later. So let's get over to the gas tank and see how that goes. Probably better. All right, well, let me bring you in here and show you the tank that I did. I actually I pulled the screws out that hold it in. The only thing that holds these tanks in, and Mustangs, Torinos, I think Cougars, just a row of sheet metal screws, because the tank is basically your trunk floor. The problem with the 71 Torino is they went to a new emissions, I guess, standard, and they had to collect the fumes of the gas tank. So how Ford went about it is they put this bump or bubble in the tank, and there's a little vent tube that sticks all the way up in there, and the gas fumes go through this vent. They go all the way up to the front of the car to a charcoal canister that's supposed to collect all the gas fume vents. And I can't remember if they feed it back into it and they burn the fumes or whatever, but it's a hokey setup. So that's what makes this gas tank so expensive. I don't know why. They say it's a 1 year only tank. Well, a 1970 tank is a 1 year only tank because it's flat. I'll show you in the other car. All right, I'll show you how the 70 system looks. For those of you who are new to the channel, this is my 1970 and a half Ford Falcon, which is basically just a Torino Fairlane based car. But the vent system on the 70, pardon the mess, we're putting an engine in this one, is basically, they just came with these two hoses up to this line that ran back up to the front. So, a little bit better, I don't know. I got a buddy's got a donor car that I'm just going to pull all this off of this little piece here and make it work. But this is an original tank. You can even see the stamping. I mean, this car is mint. I wish the blue car was the nicest shape as this thing, but we'll be putting an engine in this soon. Like I said, stay tuned. Video coming soon. But, so, yeah, we'll get this pulled out and get the other one in. Like I said, I put a video up. I've cleaned this thing up, and it's really a nice shape, but I had to do repairs. You'll see there's one repair. I don't know if you make it out right here in the corner. And the bottom was caved in. I'll show you that. And you can see the tank. It's all smashed up. And I got globs of solder on there. And it's just not a real pretty tank. It works. It holds fuel. It doesn't leak. But I don't know. It's ugly. I've gone a little crazy. So yeah, that's the reason why we're going to put a nice shiny tank in here, because eventually we're going to pull this whole rear end out. Everything's going to be fresh and new. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better. Shiny tank, not dented. For the win. Way better. Well, all right. This eBay company, it really stepped up. I kind of was skeptical in the beginning, but I tell you what, the Auto City Classics, they overnighted me the part that I ordered wrong. That's pretty cool. That's stepping up to the plate. It's more than I expected. So I'm going to send them their four-wheel disc proportioning valve back to them, and like I said, that's pretty cool. I'm impressed with that. The only thing I can say about their kit was they need some kind of diagram. Maybe I'm an idiot, but to trim the threaded rod on the booster. But other than that, it did fit. Everything went well. It was a little bit of a fight, but like I said, there really was no order or anything of assembly. We figured it out. So I went to make the brake lines, get this bled and all put in and sealed up. Yeah. So I have one of these little, I don't know if you guys have seen them, these handy dandy little handheld flaring tools. And what they are is they got two little dies. They slide in like see, to fight. They slide in like this. You do one operation, then change the die and put in the other one to finish the operation for the double flare. Well, while you're not using the other die, it fits here conveniently in the handle. A little magnety thing like that, see? Well, when you're grabbing it and you accidentally knock that thing out and it's gone forever. So now this tool is absolutely useless because I have no idea where the other die went. So there's that. I went back to the old standby, the horrible Amazon Chinesium Crimp-O-Matic. I tried it once, the brake line slides in it. They make crooked flares. I'm done with those too. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna finish this up off camera, and I'm gonna thank you guys for like sitting through this whole video. I know it was kind of long and lengthy, maybe a little boring. Hope it was informative. I do appreciate you guys watching, I really do. We got the Falcarino engine coming back up. Scumbird is gonna make an appearance again. And I'm gonna go visit to another yard, and it's a lot of cool cars. Just kind of do a quick video walkthrough. They are for sale. I know a lot of you guys ask about them, but I gotta go get something for somebody, so we're gonna bring the camera with and scoot through there and get some footage on that. So as always, I truly appreciate you guys watching, especially sticking through this long. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you need to contact me, my contact information is in the description below. And thanks again. We'll talk to you next week. See you later. Bye.